Hey, Yins guys, this is the first time I'm at a con, and here we are at Steel City Con in Monroeville, PA. Now we're going to check out all the cool things, the artists, maybe even celebrities, and people dressed up, and that's what the fun part of being at a con is. So let's go. So I got Jen and Beth here, and they are waiting to see who?
Rosie ODonnell.
Wow, and I couldn't tell with this lovely outfit.
Never knew why I'm here to see her, right?
Yeah, definitely. Now, the cool thing that I know about Beth is that she actually has a connection. Can you tell me about that?
I was in the Prime Video A League of Their Own for, I think, season 1, episode 6, Stealing Home. So Rosie was in that episode.
Yeah, it was an awesome episode. You should definitely see it. And what do you love about Rosie and League of Their Own?
Well, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. It actually came out the year I was born, not to make anybody feel old, but it's just one of my all-time favorites.
Means me. Old.
I grew up a big baseball fan. I grew up playing softball, and just understanding what women were allowed to do back then, it stands for everything I believe in. So it's just iconic, and I have a poster I've been trying to get signed. I got by Kit a couple years ago, so I'm working to get Rosie to sign as Doris, and I just rewatched it last night to remember just how great of a film it is.
So what is this outfit that you made? I see it's really cool.
So Pittsburgh didn't have an All-American team, so I decided to, if we did, make a design on my own. I designed the patch and had a friend embroider it for me. And I think the best joke that I did was the player number on the back.
Yeah, let me see what it is. Oh, yes. 412. Definitely. So I'm here with Joe Caldwell from New York, and he has a special car behind us. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. This is Christine, 1958 Plymouth Fury, used in the movie Christine by John Carpenter, who is here today right alongside Christine. This particular car was basically 3 cars from the movie in different, parts and stuff, and we used everything from them cars to make one car. And this is the rebirth of Christine in her beautiful version, her beautiful self, or whatever you want to call it, But so we're lucky enough to be the backdrop here at Steel City Con, and with John,
That's really cool. Do you travel a lot with the car?
Yeah, we do a lot of shows. We've done a lot of shows with the cast members. They've all signed this car, including George Thorogood, who's got the original "Bad to the Bone" song.
Okay.
We were the backdrop for his concert. But this car has seen everybody. It's met everybody. John several times, and it's just well received. It's just well received.
So I'm truly fangirling here. I just saw Molly Ringwald, and Anthony Michael Hall is over there. And basically, this is me in Pittsburgh, my high school years, The Breakfast Club, 1984, 1985, whenever it came out. I can't believe that these people are here in Monroeville. It's so weird and fun at the same time. Check it out. And I'm here with my friend Rodney, and he's waiting for somebody special. Can you tell us who?
Molly Ringwald.
Now, she is awesome. I'm here for the Breakfast Club as well later today. Can you tell me what resonates with you? Why are you so enthralled with her? What do you like about her?
Well, I think it's just I've been a lifelong fan, even before the John Hughes films, way back like The Facts of Life.
Facts of Life.
Yep, all the way through the John Hughes stuff up until Secret Life and Riverdale. So a lifelong fan. I think she's just a terrific actress, singer, writer, and I think she does a lot with civil rights too, for women's rights and for the LGBTQ community as well. So I really like her.
What are you guys dressed up as? I can't really tell.
Ghostbusters, of course.
Of course. Okay. So
Investigators.
Okay.
That's what we do. We investigate.
So what's your favorite part about Ghostbusters? Anyone?
Blue collar workers saving the world.
Okay. Now, do you guys believe in ghosts?
You gotta believe if you want to be a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Now, are you guys from the area?
So we're from Central New Jersey.
Oh, that's
so.
awesome. Cool.
And then We're down in the Fulton County area. We're locally, so it's like we traveled up here.
For a few hours. What about you? How far did you come for this?
Bethany, West Virginia, about an hour and a half.
Okay, well, I love your outfits, and I hope you don't get me Slimer. But thanks for letting us check you guys out. We've got Nathan and Greg here, and I'm in between two Indiana Joneses, and there's an incredible arc. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I raided the Well of Souls this morning before I came. No, I built this about 15 years ago at a place that I used to work at, and I've been a huge Indiana Jones fan since 1981 when my dad took me to go see the first movie, and I just loved it ever since, and I just want to build my collection up. Yeah.
That's incredible. Have you gotten time to talk with John Rhys Davies yet?
Not yet. I'm hoping to get a photo op with him today with the Ark. Yeah, and I'm so excited.
He's such a generous person. Now, what do you love? Oh, wow, look at that. That's incredible. Wait, so you were...
That yesterday.
You were that. Now, what is that?
Gandalf the Grey.
Ah, I see. So you've got a whole bunch of different characters.
I travel all over. Doing
So-
different characters.
So what do you love about Indiana Jones?
Oh, I've loved him again since the 1980s. I was an archaeologist, so it just fit in.
I'm here with Chris Rowan, and he has got an interesting piece of property. If you know, I follow a lot of different filming locations in Pittsburgh, but this one, I mean, it's really a killer.
Hey guys, Buffalo Bill's house is the real home where The Silence of the Lambs was filmed. It is the former filming location of the 5-time Academy Award-winning film, Silence of the Lambs, which is also a Pittsburgh shot film. Buffalo Bill's house is now an Airbnb vacation rental that you could rent out and stay overnight for up to 8 guests at once. It's a private rental. You get the whole home to yourself. We also offer guided tours through May through October. Our first tour weekend is coming up, Mother's Day weekend, and we do them in June, July, October, September, and October. More info is available at buffalobillshouse.com. And most importantly, everyone wants to know about the well. Does it exist? And we're happy to say that after purchasing the home, we partnered with Tom Savini, special effects makeup artist, and his school at the Douglas Education Center, and they built us a interactive well. So you can get in the well and make killer TikToks and reels and shoot some photos. So come on down to Buffalo Bill's house and get your tuck on.
Do you have Precious?
Do I have Precious? Here she is. We do lots of fun merch. We have motion. Would you pet me? I'd pet me. I'd pet me so hard.
And you do have the lotion.
Because what would be Buffalo Bill's house without our very own branded lotion? We call it Skin Suit Soft. And how to use, it puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, we like to have fun with it. We're really happy that as a filming location, it's been well received.
Okay.
People have had a lot of fun with it. We've had guests from 35 states and 8 international countries. Silence is a timeless tale, and I think it stands the test of time because it still is culturally relevant today as it was 30-something years ago. And I think that fandom continues to grow. So this house is really just about celebrating a great movie and inviting people to have their own unique experience there. So.
Maybe you could get Anthony Hopkins, right?
I would love it if Anthony is out there watching. Jody, Ted Levine, come on over.
Oh my God.
We had Brooke. We had Brooke
Yes,
Schmidt.
I saw that.
Yeah, so Brooke, who played Catherine Martin, was there in September, and she came. She came out and met the fans. We did a full tour event. It was a lot of fun. She got in the pit and took photos. It was pretty cool. So. But we have fun with it, and we'll continue to do some more special events in the future, too.
Okay,
thank you. Thank you, guys. If you're interested in more information, check us out at buffalobillshouse.com.
I hear that, that was one of the epic films of Pittsburgh's past. What was it like working on it?
Well, our new film, which is going to be on Amazon Prime called Chasing Zombies, talks about, actually the title of that should be George Romero Changed Our Lives, because that's what happened back then. Some of the interviews that we do with fellow zombies that were on Dawn of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead talk about how the atmosphere there, it was like a big family, and chance encounters led some of us to be in the right place at the right time, and then we ended up getting in the film, and that eventually then changed our lives forever.
Was your zombie any kind of like? Did you do a certain walk? What was the persona of the zombie?
My only task was to rip Tasso's head off. That was my task, and shown in graphic detail right there. And of course, all those effects took a good hour or so to set up the scene, plus all the behind-the-scenes stuff to make the head, and you had to work the mouth and the eyes and things like that. So that was very complicated, but it had to be done in one take because you couldn't just reset that. Yeah. It would be impossible. So poor Tasso, the actor, had to lay on a wooden pallet with his head tilted back for at least an hour during that. Yeah. And I could just tell he was very uncomfortable at some times, but what are you going to do?
So how long were shooting days back then?
It was pretty much 12 hours and longer, yeah.
But, I mean, you can never, like, replace the memories that you had with that, right? It's incredible.
No, and there's so many behind-the-scenes stories that we go over in Chasing Zombies that's just really interesting that a lot of people never knew, like how Jeannie Jeffries met Tom Savini, and where was the actual basement in Night of the Living Dead? Well, I know where it was.
Well, I can't wait to see the documentary. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, do you have anything to say, R2? That's very interesting. Where the jaw was. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, where are you from, Michael?
I am from Maryland.
Wow. So I heard you made this yourself.
I did. I made every part of it myself.
That's incredible. Now, for people who don't know, what's your character?
This is Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
Wow. And what's your character?
I am the security guard, Mike Schmidt.
Okay, awesome. What do you like about this character?
Well, it's one of my favorite characters. He was originally William Afton and then got spring locked, and I think he's a cool character, especially since he's wearing a bunny suit.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's one of the more scarier characters, and just his storyline, basically.
Awesome. Have you guys seen anybody famous here?
Not really. Okay. Yeah.
But do you enjoy this kind of thing with the costumes and such?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I was here in December and I got to meet Matthew Lillard, so he played in the new movie and it was awesome. I got to meet him as Mike Schmidt from the movie, so I'm actually building a Yellow Rabbit suit.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, I hope you guys have a great time. Welcome to Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm here with Nick, who has got an incredible booth. And can you tell me about what you create as an artist?
So I usually do a lot of artwork, paintings and prints and canvas prints. But I started making maps kind of for myself. It was like initially I just started making the maps for me. And then I was at a show getting signatures on a map. And people were like, where'd you get that map? And I was like, oh, I made it. And they're like, can I get one? And I was like, well, I only have the one. And they were like, you should make more. So then I made more. So
what are these maps of?
Most of them are, I call them murder maps. It's like the locations of the movies and the fictional towns and like where people died in the movies. So
that is incredible. What kind of different movies have you made maps for?
I mean, I'm strictly horror really at this point. Well, I've Scooby-Doo, but nobody dies in Scooby-Doo. The Warriors, but mostly horror. I try to do as the bigger franchises, and then also I try to do kind of more obscure cult movies and stuff too. Stuff I love. Everything I make is stuff that I think is going to be cool, and that's been.
So I see this George Romero's Pittsburgh poster. That's incredible.
Yeah, well, thank you. I made this one for the Living Dead weekend, I think 3 years ago over at the mall, and it's got everybody that died in the original Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, and the 90 remake.
So it's like CSI maps, kind of. Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely, thank you.
That's awesome. I'm with Mr. John Rhys Davies, prolific actor, and who's been in multiple things, like Lord of the Rings, right?
Lord of the Rings, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana
Sliders,
Jones.
yes. So I heard that you were in 1, 3, and 5 of Indiana Jones.
Every time I used to see Mr. Spielberg, I used to say, Stephen, 1 and 3, wonderful. 2 and 4, not quite so wonderful. What was missing in 2 and 4 that was in 1 and 3? And he would smile.
So this leads me to ask you, what's your favorite, and why do you think it keeps on resonating with multiple generations, including my children, me when I was like young, seeing it for the first time? What makes it so special?
Because it was written and thought about and designed by young men of genius who wanted the thrill of those Saturday morning movies that used to happen, and it used to happen in my day. And I mean, one of the great, glorious qualities that Steven Spielberg has is he is still in contact with the inner child that he once was. And Harrison was brilliant, and Karen was just magical, my good friend who plays Beloche, the French architect, actually it's the finest performance I think of the lot of us in that. And George, inventive, supportive. There was just a freshness about that I think just shows on the canvas. And then, of course, 3 in particular, with the addition of the greatest alpha male of his generation, Sean Connery. That brings a special quality too. But there was a richness and an invention there, and a pacing that you can only dream about in films these days.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this history. And it's a very, Indiana Jones is just like our childhood, my childhood, my husband, a lot of people here, and thank you for being a part of it. And it makes it even more special to see you in person.
Well, it is wonderful. I mean, I loved it. When my agent sent me the script and said, "What do you think?" and I said, "Well, I don't know. This could be the biggest disaster of all times, or it might just set a new fashion in filmmaking." And it did.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
And please be safe wherever.
I love your city.
Oh, wait a second. What did you say?
I said I love your city.
Oh, thank you so much.
I met so many creative people at Steel City Con, and I even got to see some stars. I can't wait to see what happens at the next one in August. Till then, see you on those Pittsburgh hills.